Hi guys, Fog Gaming here with the ultimate comparison between two of the best SMGs in Warzone. On one side we have a new weapon that came with Season 4, the Fennec. And on the other side we have an extremely popular weapon, the MP5. Today we're going to break down everything there is to know about both of these weapons. We will compare stats, check out their best loadouts, and we will improve their bullet patterns so that we can finally figure out which weapon will get you that sweet victory in Warzone. The Chris Vector is developed by the American company Chris USA. They use an unconventional delayed blowback system combined with inline design to reduce the perceived recoil and muzzle climb. On the other side we have the MP5, a 9x19 Parabellum submachine gun developed in the 1960s by Eckler and Koch. The Fennec has a standard magazine capacity of 25 bullets, which can be improved to 40. We won't be looking at the .45 hollow point 12R max because 12 bullets just isn't enough for Warzone. The MP5 has a standard magazine capacity of 30 bullets, but you can also use a 45 bullet magazine. Again, we won't be checking out the 10mm auto 30 round mags. These mags do give the weapon a shorter time to kill, but in Warzone they don't make that much sense. The Fennec has an insane rate of fire of 1100 rounds per minute. The MP5 only has a rate of fire of 800 rounds per minute. It will take 196 milliseconds to ADS with the Fennec, but only 174 with the MP5, so the MP5 wins with a large margin. This difference will become even bigger if we then use their best barrels. For the Fennec, this means using the ZLR 16-inch Apex, and for the MP5 this means using the monolithic integral suppressor. Both of these barrels have a negative effect on the ADS time of these weapons, which means that you will now need 232 milliseconds to ADS with the Fennec and only 199 with the MP5. So the initial difference of 22 milliseconds now became 33 milliseconds. At some point you're going to have to reload your weapons. It will take 2.945 seconds to do that with the Fennec. The MP5 doesn't need that long to reload, but it still needs 2.794 seconds, which is also quite long. As you know, both of these weapons are devastating in close range firefights. Within 16.5 meters, a headshot will cause 40 damage, which equates to a time to kill of only 327 milliseconds for the Fennec. Chest and stomach shots will cause 25 damage, which means a time to kill of 491 milliseconds. Limb shots, so arms and legs, cause 22 damage, which gives you a time to kill of 600 milliseconds. The MP5 on the other hand only needs 375 milliseconds for headshots, 525 for body shots and 600 milliseconds for limb shots. So the Fennec can kill faster than the MP5 except for limb shots. Now the Fennec with the ZLR 16-inch Apex' first damage drop-off point occurs at 16.5 meters. This means that you're going to need 382 milliseconds to kill when you only shoot your opponent in the head, 655 milliseconds if you shoot him in his chest or stomach, and 709 milliseconds if you shoot him in his arms or legs. The MP5's first damage drop-off point occurs at 14 meters, and from here on out it needs 450 milliseconds for headshots, 675 for body shots and 825 for limb shots, so the Fennec wins every single time when you're up against an MP5. The Fennec's second damage drop-off point occurs at 25.5 meters, and now you will need 436 milliseconds for a headshot, 709 for body shots and 818 milliseconds for arms and leg shots. The second damage drop-off point for the MP5 occurs at 22.5 meters. Beyond this point, the MP5 requires 600 milliseconds for headshots, 825 for body shots and 975 for limb shots, so even at this range the Fennec will still outperform the MP5. Their last damage drop-off point occurs at 30.5 meters for the Fennec and at 33.5 meters for the MP5, which means 545 milliseconds for headshots, 873 for shots to the body and 1036 milliseconds for shots to the limbs for the Fennec. For the MP5, this means 675 milliseconds for headshots, 975 for body shots and 1050 for limb shots, and again the Fennec wins easily. Okay, now that we know what these weapons can do, let's tweak them for Warzone. The best muzzle attachment for the Fennec is the ZLR Saber. It is a custom extended suppressor which greatly increases muzzle velocity and reduces recoil. The advantages are of course sound suppression and recoil control, but it also extends your damage drop-off points. This makes the Fennec deadlier at longer ranges. You will suffer from a penalty to your aim down sight speed though, and your aim walking steadiness, but these are penalties that I'm willing to accept, because the advantages definitely outweigh the disadvantages. The best barrel is the ZLR 16-inch Apex, which improves muzzle velocity and damage range, meaning more damage at range. On top of that, you get better recoil control. The downsides are a worse movement speed and slower aim down sight speed. The Cronon Mini Reflex is my preferred short range sight, but feel free to choose anything you're comfortable with. The Commander foregrip gives you the best bullet pattern and it improves recoil stabilization and your aiming stability, but your movement speed will suffer again. The 40 round drum mags are a no-brainer, so that you can comfortably down 2 guys in Warzone. But this does come with a slower ADS speed and movement speed. The MP5 is slightly different, because if you choose to go for the monolithic integral suppressor barrel, then your muzzle attachment will be blocked, of course. It increases muzzle velocity and suppresses sound, but you will also get an increase on your ADS speed, but you know that already. The Cronen Mini Reflex sight is my preferred short range sight, but you can always swap that out for something else if you like. The F-Tac collapsible stock gives you more movement speed and a faster ADS speed, but this negatively affects your aiming stability and recoil control. The Commando foregrip will give the MP5 better recoil stabilization and also better aiming stability, but this will affect your movement speed. Last but not least, the 45 round mags are the obvious choice for Warzone. Alright, let's see what these weapons can do in our bullet pattern test. The bullet pattern with our best loadout goes up and then it pulls to the left with the Fennec. As you can see, thanks to our setup, the weapon is very stable and that makes compensating for this super easy. The MP5's uncompensated pattern looks like this. It starts out wide and then it becomes tighter as it moves up to the top right. Compensating for the MP5 has always been slightly more challenging because of the fact that the weapon bounces up and down constantly. This can throw off your aim. Conclusion time. I've shown you the weapon stats, compared time to kills, we checked out the best loadouts and we even went through a couple of bullet pattern tests. But the question still remains, which one of these weapons is better for Warzone? The Fennec has a higher rate of fire, the MP5 has a slightly larger magazine size and it can reload faster. However, the Fennec will kill faster than the MP5, and that remains so in the majority of cases, even when you include the longer ADS time. On top of all of this, the Fennec is easier to control. It's great to see that we have very similar weapons in our hands today, but there are still some noticeable differences. Both of these weapons are great for Call of Duty Warzone, so it depends on which weapon suits your playstyle more and which one allows you to excel in your favorite game. But then perhaps there is something better out there, who knows? If you want to find out, you will have to subscribe, so that you don't miss any of my future weapon guides for Call of Duty Warzone. Or you can ask that question during a live stream, the link is in the video description. This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Warzone.
Those guys, man.